We're live, pal.
Fuck off.
Hey guys, how you doing on a Wednesday night? We are here with the KB show with TRC. That's not very nice. Damn,
That
we're
was for
already going to get
Brian.
kicked off, and I didn't even get the damn intro out.
Didn't even get the intro in.
Yo.
All right, here we go. We're back and better than ever, guys. We got Brian, we got Dr. Nick, we got Guru Manuel, we got Will with no beard, we got Calvin Gator,
Roger with no
Elkins,
pants.
and I can't read what it says under there.
Working man's champ.
Hell, do that. We got G.I. Shane, we got Ben Bowman, tag champ, and we got the king around here. The king. King Phil.
Right.
The
Hey,
King
how you
Phil.
doing tonight, brother?
Good. How y'all doing?
Doing
We
great.
doing well, brother. We got Lou here tonight. All right, guys. Hello, Lou.
What's up, Lou?
What's up, Lou?
All right.
She was a blast last week, so she's going to get us going again this week, so we're going to have a hell of a good time.
She called us
Made it
gentlemen.
last week.
I like it.
I'm going to throw it over to Mr. Beardless, my
All
brother,
right.
Will.
All right, guys. Hey, good evening, everyone out there. So real quick, before we get started, I got a couple shout outs I got to do real fast. Number one, shout out to Clayton Purdy, long-term member of ours, great friend of ours. He just had a baby girl last night and his second child. So big shout out to Clayton. Also shout out to Mr. B.A. Brian Akana. Just got himself a good job. I know he was going through a little bit of a struggle where he had lost his previous job. So shout out to him. He's back in the work field. So
congratulations.
Big congratulations to those guys. Really, really cool. You know, sometimes really big things happen in small packages. So really super excited for both of them. And I had the opportunity after the live last night to spend a few minutes talking to Clayton. And, there's nothing like your firstborn, but when you get that second one, there's so much that goes through you as a dad where you're like, okay, the first one you can kind of, you feel like you're cool, you can handle it. The second one, you're like, man, you start to lose that little bit of, confidence. But, I've done it 4 times myself, and I would say that if anybody can handle it, it's you, Clayton, and we're all pulling for you, brother. And same thing with Brian, man. Good luck with the job, and go knock them dead. So that's all I got to start out with. Kev, what about the round table? What do we got going on with the round table this week, Kev?
All right, hold on. I'm sharing this out, so.
Guys,
one
for the
job,
round
Kev.
table, I'll take it over. For the round table, guys, we're going to talk about 2 of our top favorites holiday movies. There's so many. The list is endless. It's like trying to list the greatest intercontinental champions of all time. The list is endless, but there's always that one, and we'll get to that. But what are 2 of your top favorite holiday movies? Tell me about it, Brian.
Well, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is my number 1. Number 2, I know we discussed this topic before, but number 2 for me is Die Hard.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's not a Christmas movie.
Hey, Chuck.
It is.
It is.
Dr. Nick in the house. What do you got to say for yourself?
So, I would have to say my 2 favorite ones has to be, of course, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It's just classic, Chevy Chase, a lot of comedy, just that slapstick, just so many quotable things, shitters full, just one of those just movies I watch every year. Number 2, I thought about it today. Out of all the Christmas movies I've seen over the years, and I would probably say Scrooged. I was always a real big fan of that movie, just because I like Bill Murray, and it was just such a unique film. So those are my 2 favorite ones.
And those are great picks, man. It's hard to beat those. Guru in the house. What do you got?
I am not going to say National Lampoon's Christmas because it's not one of my favorites. The first is Four Christmases with Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And Dwight. I mean, how can you not? I mean, Vince Vaughn. I mean, come on, underrated.
Yep.
Get over here and swaddle that baby.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go with Bad Santa.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
You
You
want
know,
some sandwiches?
I think one of my favorite parts from Four Christmases is when he's trying to fix the satellite dish. You remember that part?
Yeah, yeah,
Hell yeah, that is one of the best parts too.
yeah. I
All
love
right,
it.
let's
I mean,
go. Go ahead. Go ahead,
I love the movie.
Calvin. What you got, man?
So either one of the first two Home Alones and Jingle All the Way.
Nice. I like
Good
it.
ones.
Mr. Roger, what you got, man?
Well, this old man's gonna go old school on you guys.
Uh-oh.
It's a Wonderful Life, and depending upon the time, either Holiday Inn, which I know some people don't see it as a Christmas movie. Me and the wife do, or dude, I just had it. I can go with also. I had 3 different ones. I can go with National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation as well because we love that movie as well.
Yep. G.I. Shane in the house. What do you got? Can anybody hear Shane?
Muted.
Oh.
You're muted.
My thing went out for a second. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna go with Home Alone, and I want to go with Lampoons, but I think I'm gonna go with The Christmas Story.
Gotcha. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Ben Bowman in the house, tag champs, just recovering from last night. Big main event last night. Ben Bowman, tell me
That's
about
right.
the Christmas favorites.
We are all the jolliest bunch of assholes on this side of the nut house. So that's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and after that sale, holy shit, I need a Tylenol.
That's right. Yep.
Instead of an eggnog. Needs Tylenol. No, like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation would be my favorite, and then gotta go Christmas Story. You'll shoot your eye out. Classic, a double dog, triple dog dare you, sticking your tongue on the flagpole, and those are probably the 2 I probably watch the most, probably every year. But and then one I'm surprised no one said yet is the Grinch, old school.
I just said it.
The Grinch Stole Christmas.
You only get 2, man. What are you naming off every one of them?
No extra
No,
credit.
I named two that's already, and then added a third one.
No,
And
you don't need
Credit.
we don't do extra credit here. King Phil, what you got?
Y'all have Home Alone me out, so I was gonna say Home Alone, but I'm gonna do Friday After Next, and I'm gonna do Peanuts Christmas Story. What is it? Is it Peanuts Christmas Story? What's Charlie Brown Christmas? Whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They stole damn Craig and Day Day's Christmas presents.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
you gotta have Pinky in there.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
All I want is 2 fat bitches.
Ben, no.
I'm excited. None of y'all
Merry
name mine, so
Christmas.
I'm excited. Kev,
We can't really say it. We'll get banned.
Okay, I gotta go Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
okay.
And my newest one is Terrifier 3.
Wow. Okay.
It's a Christmas movie.
So again, nobody named off my 2, so I'm really excited about that. So my first one actually has moved into the first slot over the past few years. It used to be National Lampoon's, but my first one is beyond a shadow of a doubt, Tim Allen's Santa Claus, the first one. Absolutely love that movie. It's
Classic.
a great movie from beginning to end. I literally was a kid back in like 30 years ago, like 94, and went and saw it in the theaters. I mean, so I have a deep feeling for that movie. And then number 2 for me is Mickey's Christmas Carol. I love watching it with the kids. It's a good story. It's got a good life lesson, good value to it. And so that would be mine, Mickey's Christmas Carol. So if you haven't seen
I'll
it,
have to watch that. I've never seen it.
Okay,
if you
I have to
haven't seen
mention
it,
one that wasn't mentioned that deserves being mentioned, and I should have mentioned it, was Ernest Saves Christmas.
Oh yeah.
it's a good one too. Yep. So it's probably a good thing we weren't doing the top 50 Christmas favorites because we'd be here all night talking about Christmas movies.
Oh, there's so
But
many good ones.
Yeah.
there's
so many
some
good
there's some
ones.
great ones. Now my follow-up question to continue the roundtable real quick though is Here's my follow up question. You can answer yes or no, and you can answer why you feel that way if you want. Here's the question: Lethal Weapon 1, is it a Christmas movie? Kev Buckler.
Yes.
Yes.
Brian.
Yes.
Nick.
I think it is. Yes.
Guru.
Yes.
All right, Calvin.
Of course.
All right, excuse me, Mr. Raja.
Yes, of course. Has to be.
G.I. Shane.
Well, I mean, I feel like I gotta say yeah. Yeah.
You don't have to
Wow.
be. You don't have to be part of the in crowd. You can stand alone. Don't fold to peer pressure.
Chuck says
Yeah.
no.
I've seen it on TV and it's December, so I'm gonna say yeah.
All right, Ben Bowman.
No.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
King Phil.
So I'm gonna say yes, but only because you all did, and I don't remember the movie. That's the one with Danny Glover, right?
Yeah, Mel
Yes.
Yeah.
Gibson and Danny
Yeah.
Glover.
Okay.
And Mel Gibson.
Yeah, Mel
Man,
Gibson.
how in the hell do you not remember Lethal Weapon, man? What in the
Because I'm
world
getting
is
the.
going
There's like
on?
4 of them, right? Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a few.
Every
Number
one of them, Danny Glover. I'm getting too old for this shit.
but there's
Yes.
I don't
nothing.
remember much
But there's
either. I
nothing
feel
like
bad.
the first one.
Oh
There's nothing like
yeah.
the first one.
I remember I like it though. I just don't
Yes.
remember. I don't remember the
Oh
Christmas
yeah.
theme. Is what I'm saying. Like I don't remember it.
It
Oh,
was Christmas themed. Now
yes.
I can tell you one of the best parts of the movie had nothing to do with Christmas, and it's Gary Busey talking to Mel Gibson. He's like, "Tell me everything you know, and I promise I'll kill you quick." You know, that's one of the very best scenes of the whole movie. So I would highly suggest if you get a couple hours free, go watch that movie sometime between now and next week because it's
I'm gonna
really
have to go
good. So,
rewatch it for sure.
all right, Kev, where are we going from here? Taking over.
Where we're going from here is we're going to go around the room, and each of us are going to share our thoughts on what we thought about Survivor Series last Saturday.
Nice.
So, Brian, we'll start with you, brother.
So I missed the first match, which was the women's War Games match, I suppose.
Evening,
I caught
Clayton.
I caught the very end of it. I mean, I thought it was a good match. Rhea doing the the riptide from the top rope was pretty awesome. But yeah, I mean, overall, I thought it was a good show. I mean, who does? I mean, everyone here thought the new bloodline was going to win. Told y'all you were wrong. The OG baby, but
I didn't.
yeah, I mean, no,
I went with OG.
I mean, they kind of, they still kind of built up CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. I don't know if that's even going to happen, but no. Overall, I thought it was a good pay-per-view.
Okay. Dr. Nick.
I thought it was a pretty good show. I like that Nakamura won the U.S. title. I like this different version of Nakamura. It definitely puts him in a good picture again. Moves LA Knight into a different position. The Bloodline story is still good. I enjoyed the match. The women's matches, the Survivor Series match was amazing. Honestly, I would say I do miss more of the traditional Survivor Series style matches. I wish they would go back to that.
I was just talking to Will about that.
I don't mind the War Games, but I miss just the regular matches. I mean, it could have been done without having the War Game gimmick added to it.
Just have that. Why didn't you have it and have it as elimination? But
yeah,
I think
War
War
Games
Games
could be its own PLE.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I talked to Will about. I thought it should be its own and bring back the traditional.
Yeah.
But all in all, I would give it, a grade A through, F. I would give it a solid B. I mean, there were some things that I wish that were better, but, for it being, I guess what disappointed me was for Survivor Series being part of the original 4, and, honestly, I want to say SummerSlam is bigger than Survivor Series now. And it's been that way for a handful of years. I don't know if that was their intention, but I would say Mania, SummerSlam, Rumble, and then Survivor Series. So it was okay. I mean, I enjoyed it for what it was.
I agree with you though. I think Survivor Series is the one out of the main four that has been neglected the most out of the others. I agree with you.
But it was just a thrown away when it began. It was just thrown together, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Guru, what you got?
I enjoyed it. The women's match was kind of good to me. What I mean, I like Nakamura, but I wasn't a fan. I mean, he's 2-48 in 2024. I mean, he won 2 matches in like 50 teams. I feel like it should have built up more. Maybe draw, disqualification, build it up, let him win another pay-per-view, let him get some wins under his belt. I like the character change. The War Games match was pretty badass. I do like the build between Punk and Roman. I feel like you're getting ready to get probably 2 of the biggest draws. You're putting 2 of the biggest draws together for a clash. They're both Paul Heyman guys. One's a wise man, one's Paul Heyman guy. That's dollar signs to trips. I mean, they're going to draw money just because they're. I mean, and I like unscriptedness where he comes in, he smacks Bronson Reed in the face into the cage, and he's just the build up of it. The spots were amazing. Nigga fought 2 overselling a leg injury. I mean, hey, I mean he plays the character well. I felt overall it was a great pay-per-view. Probably one of the better ones this year they put on. I had nothing I didn't like about it.
I think Bronson Reed put on a hell of a good fake
Oh,
leg
absolutely.
injury too.
Hell
Although
yeah.
I don't think it was fake. So I'll give you my opinion real quick. I thought Survivor Series overall was really good, but the main event for me is what carried the whole card. Like I could have almost watched just the main event and been really happy with Survivor Series and not seen any other matches. I have a feeling that is kind of concerning to me that they took that belt off LA Knight because they're going to have him win the Royal Rumble. Because
wow.
I just can't see anybody else that's positioned right now to win the Royal Rumble. I think
Sammy.
Damian Priest is I think Damian's kind of played out. I don't think Finn Balor will ever get in that position again. I don't think KO is in that position.
What about
'cause I think
Roman? Think they'd let
Nope.
Roman win the Rumble?
Nope.
I don't.
Nope.
Roman
You
don't
got
need it.
you got Punk or Seth Rollins or Drew.
I don't think so. I
Yeah.
think Punk and Roman clash at WrestleMania, and I don't think there's a belt on the line. Drew, I definitely don't think, because I think right now him going out there and beating the hell out of Sammy, he's not even in a title picture. And then Seth, I don't know. I just don't see it. Like I think Seth is enjoying his time, part-time schedule, part-time at home with the new baby, and I don't see it. I think they positioned Mr. Yeah to be the winner of the Royal Rumble. Usually the winner of the Royal Rumble is somebody you really don't expect. I mean, you got to think about a lot of the guys that have won it over the years. A lot of it is not your big names. And you still have a pay-per-view in between WrestleMania as well. You got to remember, WrestleMania is later this year than it normally is this coming year. So you still have some pay-per-view time in between there. Plus you've got the Saturday night's main event, where unfortunately I don't think they'll let KO take the belt, but I wish they would. But I foresee Mr. Yeah facing Gunther at WrestleMania for the belt. That's what I foresee. So
Will,
I loved it.
Will, you remember my little preview that I told you about, that I think that Kevin Owens is going to beat Cody.
Yeah.
And then Sammy's going to win the Rumble, and it's going to be Sammy versus KO for the title belt at WrestleMania.
And it could be. It really could be. But I just don't see I just don't see it shaping that way. Like I see there was no real reason to take that belt off of him unless you were going to put him into something else, because I don't think you're going to push him back down the card. For the past 3 years, they pushed him down and down and down and down and down. And we've missed a lot of comments. Jason Joseph agrees with me. And LA Knight is absolutely a better performer chasing a belt than carrying a belt.
Yeah.
He's not a great champion, but I think he's a great challenger for Gunther. And I think they'll go from there. Seth and Becky had a baby. It was a couple years ago. It's not a new
Yeah, it's
baby,
not a new one.
but I think he's still enjoying. Like Becky's been out since the baby, and I think he's still enjoying his time. I mean, I've seen more pictures, true story, of him at Disney World with Becky and the baby than I have of him in ring performing. That's just facts.
Yeah.
So I think that is a possibility. So, Calvin.
So, of course, I didn't watch it live. The only match I went back and watched was the main event, and I mean it was top notch. I didn't watch the rest of it. Of course, I was watching football. This time of year, football is a little bit more important.
Yep.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I agree. I agree with you 100%. You know, it just depends on the household you're in. Some households you got wrestling on, some households you got football on, you know, and in some households you got Yellowstone on. So I get it.
All right.
Or General Hospital.
And this house,
And-
we got Bluey on.
All right, Mr. Roger, what you got?
I have to agree with Manuel. I felt that the whole card overall was good. I don't agree with Shinsuke Nakamura getting the title. I don't think that was the right move. But in the same instance, I also think there's other cards in play for LA Knight down the road that brought that up. I thought the women's match was very good. I thought the men's match was extremely well done. All the other matches were great. I didn't see our usual, oh, this match is a take a poop match.
Yeah.
They were actually really good matches all the way through. So for me, the card was a great card. I think one of the first ones this year that I can recall that didn't have a bad match. That all the matches all the way across were great matches. So I thought it was a great card.
I agree with you. Can I ask a follow up question? Well, let's get to Shane first, then I'll ask a follow up question if you don't mind. Go ahead, Shane.
Go right ahead.
Well, go ahead, Shane. Let's get Shane in there, and then I'll come back.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I ain't got really much to say that anybody else hasn't said. I mean,
Okay.
every match was great. I thought I liked it. I liked the little tension between Roman and Punk in the cage where he put his arm in front of him to let Sammy go out. And then, it looked like Roman was gonna come out and Punk fucking did the little weasel move around him. I thought that was cool. That was funny. I enjoyed it. I enjoy them all. I like sitting there. I like spending time with the kids, and watching them.
Okay. Ben.
Going off what Shane said, that spot when Roman held Punk back and then let Sammy go, 104 million views from that clip.
Yep.
That is a lot of people watching that, which means WWE is doing something right compared to other companies. That's a lot of people watching that. Like I said, just to see Punk and Roman. Well, the bloodline too, but I'm just saying at that moment that was huge. I did not watch the pay-per-view until the main event. Like I said, I was busy. We had a Christmas parade, but I did watch the War Game match. I enjoyed it, but also too, if it's a Survivor Series, you think of the different mixed teams, or your 4-on-4. I wish they go back to that. Bring back some characters, like the characters. I know today's Tom is different wrestling than what a lot of us were used to growing up, and the days of characters are not really here. It's just all about the same size, same guys. But be creative about it. That I feel like they can still do the matches, a Survivor Series match, or if not, just call it something else. Unfortunate. Just don't call it Survivor Series. Call it a different pay-per-view. That's just sitting there thinking. But I enjoy it. I know that I saw a lot of comments on there that, well, it's not what it used to be, or they're, to me, I'm a wrestling fan no matter what. If it's what's going on today, hell, I'm watching 99 on WCW right now. But like I said, it's, I'm a fan. Heck, even the family's getting back into it. So introducing Marion to it, like I said, it's been a good time. But as for Survivor Series, wasn't bad. I mean, it's not bad. I'm looking forward to Royal Rumble, and I'm looking forward to what's going to happen to WrestleMania coming up.
Great, very good. King Phil.
So I gave the overall PLE about an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a great PLE from beginning to end. The only match I missed was the Shinsuke match. And then I had looked online. I mean, I caught it. I knew what happened. Like, I was listening, but I was, like, in a different room and stuff. And then I looked online, and they had talked about how it was one of the best matches of the night. And I'm a big Shinsuke fan, so I predicted him to win the belt. I don't think it's how like they used to say the best part about wrestling is watching the good guy chase to win the belt, and that's kind of how I felt with LA Knight. He's a great wrestler, great performer, but I thought his run was a little stale after he won the belt, and I feel like that him losing it and getting it back, or like you said, Will, him going on for a different belt or something like that would juice his character up a little bit more. It just felt like it was starting to run dry, kind of like people were saying with I was somebody people were saying that with not that long ago. But either way, great pay-per-view. Main event was nice. The women's match minus Nia's chair shots was nice. Um, the only thing I really didn't like about it was the fact that a lot of the stories didn't really progress off of that pay-per-view. It was kind of like, okay, so where did the bloodline go? I've seen Lou say something about where does the bloodline go from there? Where do they go now? It's the same thing. Like
It's
if the
over.
Hula Follow would have been involved, maybe, and Roman would have got that back, it would have made, it would have progressed the story a little more or something. I don't know. But
I think the OG bloodline is gone. I think they're done.
you think they're done?
Yeah, I think the OG bloodline is gone. I think the new bloodline probably sticks together. Eventually, until you have that, who is the real tribal chief, Solo versus Roman, probably at Rumble. But I think the OG bloodline is gone, and I also think the Shield is never ever coming back.
I think the Shield's coming back.
Never say never.
Never.
You'll never see.
And
Moxley
You'll
I'll tell
never
back
see
in
Moxley
WWE.
in a WWE
I'll tell you
ring
my
again.
reason why I feel that. So Moxley's never coming back because he can't beat John Moxley. They put Dean Ambrose they put John Moxley in a box.
He'll be back.
Where John Moxley in WWE.
Not John
John
Moxley, Dean Ambrose.
We said that
Moxley
about
loves
Stardust too, though.
Moxley loves to bleed. Moxley loves to bleed. Moxley loves the hardcore aspect and the free range of his character.
Yeah,
He's
he
in
can do whatever he
WWE.
wants.
Well, he also loves money. He also loves money.
Right, and we're going to Netflix.
Yeah,
Tony
but-
Khan's paying him a shit ton of
Tony-
it.
He just signed a
Yeah.
new 5-year deal for like bukus of money.
Yeah,
But,
Tony
I mean,
Khan's paying him enough and letting him letting him be him. Which
I'm
just
I
saying,
agree
never-
100% with Manuel.
I just feel he
loves that.
can be his own character. He was Moxley. I followed Moxley when he was Independence before he came to WWE. He done the
I
same
never
stuff
thought
he's
I'd see
doing now.
Ultimate Warrior in the Hall of Fame either, so never say never.
Or CM Punk back in WWE.
Right.
We didn't think about that. And also, when Moxley was there, he was Ambrose with Vince McMahon running it. You got Triple H, who's giving people a little bit more free reign of their character. And a lot of people have,
They're not.
a lot of people have a good relationship with Triple H. They just didn't have one with Vince. So
Not Moxley.
Yeah, no, I agree with what you're saying, King Phil. I also agree with what Manuel's saying. Only because it's the difference between the hardcore style, which Triple H hasn't shown yet, let's just say yet, hasn't shown yet that he will allow back in WWE, where John Moxley loves to do that in AEW. There was a spot, and I think you watched AEW too. What 6 months ago, where it was kind of funny, but it was true. Where the announcers, every time he'd be in there and he'd get busted open, oh, there's John Moxley bleeding again.
That's what
He
he
loves
loves.
that.
That's what he
He
loves.
loves to bleed. But if Triple H doesn't allow that freedom back in WWE, I don't see John Moxley coming back. And it's not a money thing, Kev. He's making plenty of money. Tony Khan's paying him plenty of money.
It's the
It's not
character
the
free.
money deal.
It's
It's
the
the
character
character
free.
freedom. Exactly. It's the character freedom that he has in WWE in AEW that he does not have, or possibly right now. Just for right now, I can't say won't change, but the character freedom that he has right now in AEW that he wouldn't have right now in WWE.
That's why a lot of the guys don't want to go to WWE because Khan basically, and this is a good and bad thing. Creative freedom is good when it's controlled.
Yeah.
But when it's
Good
not
point.
controlled and you
Yeah.
just let the lunatics run the asylum, then you have a problem.
Well, if you look at it, that's the same thing that CM Punk said. This is why he left, is
Yep.
because there was nobody controlling the asylum.
Yep.
But again, I believe Manuel's correct in this. I believe that because of the freedom that he has with his character in AEW right now
Well, we're going to have to
to
revisit
do
this
that.
at a later time because it's
Yeah,
my
I
turn
got
now to tell my thoughts about it.
exactly.
after that, Kev. I got two follow-up questions too. So
Balloons.
whatever you got. I know we're kind of dragging on, but I definitely got two follow-up questions. I still got to get in there from the roundtable.
No, I'll give it right back to you. I love the pay per view. One thing that y'all mentioned about where Roman has put his arm out to stop Punk. Also, the awesome thing was where Roman was getting ready to go in. Punk rubbed his shoulders, pushed him back with his shoulder, and went in before him. So that was a pretty awesome clip too, because Roman wasn't going to be last; he was going to go in before Punk, and then Punk shoved him over. I hated the Bronson Reed injury. He's going to be out a while, long time probably. I hated that. I love Nakamura. I was okay with him winning the U.S. title, but I wanted him to win the world title months ago. So, it's kind of, I'm glad he has a title, but I think he should have already been world champion. So, all the other matches were great. I loved the women's match. That's my opinion. Let's go back to you, Will.
So follow-up question number one, and we'll take it around the table as fast as we can. Number one, CM Punk, when he was in the Survivor Series match, was clearly the slowest moving, the slowest operating. I mean, you could literally tell he was the oldest guy in the ring. So question one is, did you ever think you would see a time when CM Punk was the old guy in the ring, Kev?
No, I didn't. I thought I wouldn't, but he can still go. I'm a Punk fan. Um, at first, I didn't know what they'd do with him when he came back, but I think they've done great with him. I think he's done great. So, but no, I never thought I'd see it where he was the oldest, where he was the veteran in the ring.
Brian?
No, I don't think I'd ever see the day where CM Punk is the oldest guy in the thing. And Kev brought up a good point of, he still could go, but there are a lot of times in that match where CM Punk was just laying down, like knocked out or whatever. And you notice when he did his finishing move, he could barely pick up. Who was it? Was it Jacob Fatu? Or no, it was Solo. Like he tried picking him up the first time, couldn't do it, and then I think Solo helped him up a little bit more. But towards the end of the match, he could barely pick him up. So. If anything, I know Roman wasn't in that match very long, but Roman carried that match. I mean,
Dr. Nick?
I never thought I'd see it, but though he is slowing down, he can offer a lot of good advice and just, in and out of the ring, to show the younger guys, ring psychology, and even learn from just watching him from all the years that he's been in wrestling. from the independents to Ring of Honor to, whatever, having that veteran guy around is a good thing, in my opinion. It kind of makes me sad and feel old to realize that he is that age. It makes me feel like, wow, that generation of performers is now older as well. So I never thought I'd see it, but I think there are benefits to it.
Guru.
Uh, yes and no. No, because Phil knows he's probably one of my favorites ever. But yes, because I seen it because the injury he had in his career, later in his career, kind of slowed him down. I mean, he just come. I mean, his style's changing. He has to change for his style just to work a match, which is fine. It's more about protecting him and the others. I mean, at the end of the day, he's still a great money draw. I mean, he can wrestle a 5 minute match, but it's gonna be probably the most entertaining 5 minute match and probably draw bukus of money. That's who he is. He's a great. He's always since he's. I mean, I followed him since Ring of Honor, and even a little bit before then. He's always been a great worker. Always. I mean, is his antics probably a little childish, probably, but that's just who he is. I mean, but I mean, during that match, he did lay around and he did lay down, and he probably, I mean, that was his first match, his second match since his injury. I mean, he fought Drew, and he didn't fight again until, Survivor Series. So he was probably rusty, but I mean, to me, he's still, if I'm Booker, if I'm head, I want him on every card just because I know the aspect of what he could do.
So my opinion, real quick, is just kind of off the wall with that, but I never thought he would last as long as he has, and I think the reason he struggled so bad in AEW to really make a good run there is because he was the old guy in the locker room, and I think he was having problems being the old guy in the locker room when they've got him out there with guys 20 years younger than him in the ring, and all of a sudden he can't go as fast and hard as they can. So, Calvin, thoughts on CM Punk?
I mean, CM Punk done what he had to do as far as his part in the match. But you got to think, CM Punk was tearing it up with John Cena, 20 years ago?
Yeah.
I mean,
That,
John Cena's talking about coming back. Can he still do it?
Yeah.
Well, look at it. His last match with Solo, he didn't look good at all. So
I mean,
hard
the
to
most
say.
that Punk really helped out with in that match was pulling Roman off that table when Bronson Reed come off the top.
That's all he needed to do.
So,
Mr. Roger,
I mean,
what do you
he
got
he
on
done
Punk?
just enough
Oh,
to survive.
sorry, go ahead. Mr.
He
Roger, what do you
done
got?
just enough.
I think there's 2 points here that are exactly correct, and I'll add mine to that. I think there was a point where the Calvin is correct. He did just enough. At the same time, we could say what was his points in the match that he was supposed to hit. If those were his points and he nailed them, okay. Dr. Nick said the same thing. Going against what he went through before till now, do we really think he was going to be here? I'll be honest with you. For my answer from it, I didn't think he was ever going to be in a WWE ring. Once he left AEW, I thought that was it. I thought maybe he'll do some indies and then that's it. But
Me too.
Dr. Nick made the point of he's given back to the lower guys. If you look at all the pictures and stuff, and it could be just women, you haven't seen a lot of pictures with him with the NXT guys, but you've seen him with pictures with the NXT women. You got to kind of maybe assume that he's down there putting in his 2 cents with the NXT people. So in a way, he is helping with the generation that's coming up to maybe give them advice, give them pointers, things like that, to help the younger generation that's coming up to be better and give them advice that maybe he didn't have when he was coming up or he didn't listen to when he was coming up, that will help them to be better when they come up. So I think there's different points to that. I think
Okay.
that was he slow in that match? He appeared to be. Was he supposed to be slow in those points and then hit on the points that he did? That could be a question too. So did he
Uh,
hit on the
I
points he's supposed to hit on, or
I
was
think
he
watching it,
slow?
I think watching it though, like Brian said, he had a real hard time even getting solo up. So I
Oh
think
no,
watching it,
I agree
watching it,
100%.
I think it was more of him actually being slow than trying to look slow. But
Yeah, no, I agree
uh,
100% with what Brian said. It looked like he struggled to get solo up. I agree 100%. And he did
GI
look
Shane,
slow in spots.
what you got? Anything, Shane?
My thoughts on CM Punk.
Yeah.
Me and CM Punk have the same thing in common. We both have a Cobra Commander symbol tattoo. So I like the guy. He's my kind of guy. I didn't really watch wrestling back when he was in WWE the first go around. Um, so I don't really know a lot besides like seeing, when I go back and we like rewatched, like pay-per-views. I'd see him, some of his matches, but I like him. Not too, familiar with all of his work, but I think I don't think he's like, I guess, champion material. I don't see him carrying a belt, but I see him being entertaining and being in main events.
I don't think he needs a belt.
Mm.
Yeah, at this
Okay.
stage in his career, he doesn't need it.
Ben, you want to take us to the CM Punk argument?
Personally, I like him as a wrestler. Now, maybe his personal life behind the scenes, he's probably a prick or an asshole, but that's part of life. That's how we are. There's good and bad, but I like Punk. WWE at the moment needed some, I guess, needed that to help them out, especially with the push to get to the Netflix, all the deals. They needed some more star power. Because Roman just couldn't do it all by himself. So you needed some extra names to help for that push. Cody, another one, that's some of the names you needed. But I mean,
Wait,
I
are
feel
you
like
saying
AEW,
are you saying you needed Cody to get WWE over for Netflix?
a name like Cody, yes, because
Really? Really?
because there's not that many out there. Unless you ask some of the newer ones, who do you know? It's mostly
Correct.
Roman. Roman's about all you know. And then who was the biggest star there in AEW? Was CM Punk. And look who came over. Look who came over from there, Cody and Punk. But for me, they need him. But I mean, does he really need a belt? Does he need, I think he's gonna get the belt because it's his last little run, and eventually, hopefully, build up some of these other younger guys and stuff to get a name. But we'll see. But that's all I got.
King Phil, wrap us up, man. Wrap us up.
So, like Shane said, I wasn't really watching CM Punk's first run like that. So as far as do I think he looked slower or anything like that, I don't really know. I'm looking at it like he's only had what 2-3 matches since he's even been back to WWE, and it's been a year. So he's still not even like in ring shape. So I think that's really what it is, more so than him being slow. Is he just hasn't been out there for a while, so he just
But I
doesn't.
think I think the point of him looking that way and only having those three matches is because that's really all you're ever going to get out of him. Like I don't think you're ever going to get a full-time performer out of him.
Right,
I
right.
hope so, Lou.
But I think we could have got more of him. I think we could have got more of him in this year's go around in those 3 matches and a couple. Before he showed up and was on the mic still. He's still good on the mic, obviously. That's not going to change. But I think you can still see him once a PLE or a SmackDown or a Raw in between a couple PLEs or something. We could have got more out of him. But like I said, I didn't really see his original run, so I don't know if he really looked slow compared to what he used to look, or I don't really know the.
Well, believe it or not, about the time John Cena hit his 10-year mark in WWE, CM Punk was truly the face of WWE for like 2011, 2012, 2013. And then in 14, he got really mad because he wasn't main event WrestleMania and
Right.
walked out and quit. So, but believe it or not, he was the face of the company even when Cena was there. Like they literally were neck and neck. It was like The Rock and Austin, but it was Punk and Cena. That's a true story. You can go back and you can look up and watch those events from those years. And he really could perform. He was incredible. He was incredible before he ever got into WWE anyway. But I think what we're seeing is a much different, much older version, and I just don't think physically he can compete with the guys. So, but I know we wasted a lot of time on this. So the last question I had, the last follow up, just to get through it, a simple yes or no, and we'll go from there. Shinsuke Nakamura obviously has just been beaten down by the company. Do you feel that giving him that U.S. belt was simply a consolation prize because he's never going to be champion, Kev?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Nick?
No.
Guru?
Yeah.
Yep, I agree with yes too. Calvin?
Yes.
Mr. Roger?
Yes.
Shane?
Yes.
Ben?
Yes.
And King Phil wraps up.
No. Yes, it was a consolation prize, but not because he's not going to be champion. I think it was because they don't want to, keep letting him sit there stale and not doing nothing. So they're like, here, take this until we figure out what else to do with it.
Okay.
To answer
All right,
Lou's
Kev.
question, I think Lou asked. I think it's pretty much a given that he's gone from AEW that Goldust will be back. I think that's pretty much a given since Cody's there.
I hope
I
they
think
induct
he
him
wants.
in the Hall of Fame.
I think he wants to retire in WWE. Honestly,
Right.
Yeah, I'm not so sure yet because he's a tag team champion or trios and tag team champion in Ring of Honor.
Well,
So
he's probably just
I think once all that circles around and gets done, I know he has said before that he would like to come back to WWE to retire. Do I think it's going to happen with Triple H? I think yes, more than Vince McMahon. So I hope so.
Dan says, I think it's a
Chuck,
send-off title win. I don't think he will re-sign with WWE.
That's a possibility too.
I think he does. I think he goes there with his brother. I think he has this last little run with his brother in there because I think Cody is going to drop that belt going into 2025 at some point, and I think you'll see the Rhodes have a little run and kind of finish it. But also too, Chuck had a bunch of great comments, and then too, I think we missed a lot of them. But yes, I was reading them. I know some of you guys were too. But just for the sake of time, Kat, we got to get in the next segment. We're burning the clock.
Well, we're going to go and show and tell right now.
Is it show and tell? Is that next?
It is.
I don't think that's next on the lineup.
Unless you want to go over an hour.
No. I don't think that's next on the lineup.
I think the next is Christmas gifts.
Yeah, it's a Christmas gift from when you were a kid that you still have.
Yeah. Okay. Christmas gift that you received as a kid that you still have. And I'll start. Mine is I have a Soundwave transformer, and I still have it on my shelf that I got when I was a kid.
When did you get it? Tell us about it. When did you get it?
I got it when I was like 9 years old, and
Nice.
I got it out and played with it, and I've never abused it or anything. I still got the little cassette that came with it.
Nice.
That transformed into a bird. So I kind of got out of the Transformers, got into the G.I. Joes and the He-Man. So he just sat there on the shelf, so I let him sit there. So I still have him.
Nice. Very cool. Brian.
I still have it too. It's the Nintendo NES, baby. I still have it. It still works too. So
that's awesome. Dr. Nick.
I would have to say it was Christmas of 89, 90, one of those. I got for Christmas that year the Pee Wee's Playhouse play set with all the figures and everything. I still have all the figures, play sets like brand new. Now I just got to find a place to put it in my other room.
Dr. Nick, does the Pee Wee Playhouse have a movie theater in it?
No movie theater action.
Guru.
I still have the original set of Power Rangers. All of them. My granny had got them for me when I was probably, I was probably 7. It's the plush body with like the hard plastic head. And then the White Ranger is the tall one with just a straight plush. They're probably my favorite. They're war because they're I'm 37, so 31 years old or whatever. 30 some years old, 30 years old. So. But they're probably my favorite thing I ever have. They're like in a drawer. My sisters, because I seem to lose everything. But they're probably my favorite I've ever had. They're actually really cool.
Lou still has her Cabbage Patch doll. That's cool.
Very cool, Lou. All right, so mine would be 1997. Some of you guys will remember this, but 1997 was the first time WWF ever put out a video package box set. It was the WrestleMania 1 through 13 box set in 1997. And I remember my grandma asking me what I wanted for Christmas that year. And I said, I know it's expensive, but this is what I really, really want. Because back then, obviously, we watched wrestling on VHS tapes. And I remember under the Christmas tree that year, unwrapping it, and I got the 1 through 13 WrestleMania box set. I still have it. It's on the shelf in the other room. I have a lot of stuff from when I was a kid. I got a lot of Hasbros and stuff, but that's one thing that it's just truly dear to me, and I love it. And it's literally in what I would call near mint shape. So
that's the black and gold edition of that, isn't it?
It is.
I remember that.
Yep. It is. Yep. Calvin Mania, what do you got?
So I really don't have nothing from when I was a kid. There was a time back in 2007 I packed up out of nowhere and left home, and I left a lot of shit behind.
Okay.
So,
Mr. Roger.
I don't have anything from my childhood.
Okay.
Ray Hall has a Tweety Bird plush doll with overall pants that he used to take off so he could go to the bathroom.
That's cool.
So there's that.
Shane?
I don't know if I can recall anything that I got when I was a kid that I still may have. I know I do got this little tray when I was 16 that my grandma, she used to send like little cheese and like sausage trays, like little crackers, and it came on like this little tin tray, and I still have that. I use it in my truck on a daily basis. I do have.
I wonder what you use that tray for.
What you use that for?
I do have. I remember being a kid and my parents buying me the G.I. Joe Hammerhead. I don't have it from when I was a kid, but I do have it right here. If you want to see it.
Yep, sure do. Is he wearing Detroit Lions pants?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
Wow.
That is cool, Shane.
I hope they end up remaking the Reliant.
Like
Chuck Waggle said, he has his Evel Knievel stunt cycle.
These things come off. The little ones on the bottom come off. I paid a couple $100 for this thing.
Man, that's sweet.
It's worth every penny. Worth every penny, man.
It is. It reminded me of when I got it when I was a kid in Christmas.
Nice. That's cool, man. Chuck's got his Evel Knievel stunt cycle from when he was a kid. Lou's got her Cabbage Patch doll. Ben Bowman, what do you got?
besides video games, I had my Charlotte Hornets starter jacket.
Oh yeah, everybody had that, didn't they?
Is this
Everybody had one
with
of
the
those.
pockets in the front?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a Bulls one.
Yep. Well, you must have been a rich kid. I had the Hornets one.
I had
Everybody
the
that
Bulls one.
couldn't afford, if you couldn't afford the Bulls, you had the Hornets because the Hornets was like discounted everywhere. I think.
Well, see, I like the Hornets. Larry Johnson was one of my favorites.
Yeah. King Phil.
I don't have anything from my childhood,
Damn.
but
All right.
the PlayStation would have been my favorite gift I ever got for Christmas. Was definitely that PlayStation
Nice.
when it came out.
That's cool. I think we lost Brian. His phone must have died. No, we lost somebody.
Brian's
He's
back.
Brian's back.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, Kev, take us away.
Show and tell, guys. I'm going first here. Let me get my thing up here. I got this from our tribal chief, and this is a freaking grail.
Ooh,
Look at that
that's the
signature.
meat.
That
Look at that
is
inscription, baby.
right there. That inscription. That's where it's at.
Beautiful.
Inscriptions matter. Hashtag inscriptions matter.
All right. I got one more. So let me get the. Just for, to get us ready for this weekend.
Ooh. What you gonna do, brother?
That's pretty.
What's gonna do?
There we go.
There you go.
All from the tribal chief himself, Mr. Will Hudson.
I love it, Kev. I guess Brian's not next. It's Dr. Nick next.
Nick.
So I got some AEW figures. I got a Ethan Page, and I couldn't pass up on this Soraya. Beautiful figure.
Nice.
Yeah. Rip it.
I will. I will tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
No time like the present.
Damn.
And I got this recently. I got a Brutus Beefcake. I love this. Brutus has such a good signature.
Nice.
And I also got this recently, Dallas Cowboy. Oh, I mean Doink.
Nice.
Here now.
Nick over there clowning around. Nick's clowning around again.
And I thought I'd show these off because I don't remember if I ever did. I got this a while back, a PCO.
Nice.
And a Pierre Lafitte.
Oh, yeah.
And this one, these are probably going to be even more rare after a while because dude hardly don't sign at all anymore.
There you go. I love those, man. I got one of those in my PC.
Like, I don't think he ever does conventions anymore, does he?
I've only seen one.
Yeah.
You talking about Jacques?
Yeah.
Ben just had him a couple months ago.
Ben had him.
Well, I thought,
Ben had him.
which one doesn't sign a whole bunch?
Raymond Rizzo.
Raymond, yeah. But, like, when I seen that pop up a handful of months ago, I'm like, I got to have it. And I got one more thing. This I've had for a while, but I finally found it again.
Miss Hudson in the house.
I got this from a friend of mine a handful of years ago. This is directly from Mexico. It's one of those arena type figures.
Oh yeah.
And I'll tell you what, for it being, like a bootleg type, it's got a rubber cape and it's got like glitter built into it, and it's got some weight to it. So plus I love anything that there's no real checklist to, because they make a ton of them. Yep. So that's my show and tell for this week.
Well, you got to remember, Dr. Nick, in America, that figure would be $25. In Mexico, that figure is 24 cents. You know?
Oh, so, yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah. That is cool. Guru, what you got?
So I got this. I bought this from Ben, but I got it certified by Will.
New jerk.
Look at that, man.
I like it.
Ready to fuck something up. And then I did buy these from Will. I got these in the mail yesterday. Look. I mean, look at that. If that doesn't get your logs burning, maybe this one will.
Let me see that other one again.
Oh, it reminds me of that song in the late '90s. by Santana. Y'all remember that?
Yeah,
The song about
Supernatural.
Maria? No, about Maria.
Oh,
she reminds me of the West Side Story.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then we were talking about CM Punk, guys. I found this at Walmart.
Rip
Hell
it.
yeah.
Rip
Rip
it.
it.
Normally I don't, but tonight,
Hell yeah. It's the
He
holidays.
didn't mess with us. He is.
look at
He
that.
loves CM Punk, boy.
Look at
We
that.
corrupted Manuel. We corrupted the band.
Look. I mean, this figure. I mean,
Hell yeah.
it's a basic, but man, it's a really great figure.
well, and they have
I
the
like basic.
articulation again now too.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was the only
I like
one,
it.
and I was like, do I want? Hey, it was $11.
Yep.
Can't beat that.
Worth every
That's all I
penny.
got.
I like it.
I'm officially
What's up,
corrupted
Mrs.
now.
That's
Hello,
right.
Miss
What's up, Mrs.
Jessica.
Hudson? Mrs. Hudson in the house.
Hey.
Is that all for you,
Let's go.
Guru?
That's
That's
it.
Shane. GI.
Yo. Oh, found the little Hogan plushie, Walmart.
Love
That
it.
doesn't work for me, brother.
I
I like it.
scored this from Tribal Chief.
Ooh,
The
yeah.
nice
That's a,
real.
I have one
Yeah.
too. It's beautiful.
now, if you could look past the autograph and look at the actual figure, that is a very well done figure.
I have the figure hanging on the wall. So now I might open it.
Hell
The other one, obviously.
Right.
Obviously.
We're not that high, Shane.
Yeah.
Look
Well,
at
Becky
that.
Lynch.
Becky.
Oh, that's
Little
cool.
Becky action.
Yeah, man. And then got G.I. Joe,
Yo, Joe.
Alpine,
Go Joe.
Nice. I love
and I
those.
got the new Slaughter G.I. Joe.
At ease, maggot.
Wow, that's nice.
That
Thanks,
is, man.
thanks.
I'm always so jealous. Always so jealous when he shows those. Ooh,
I got
look at that.
I got Bruce. I really like this. This is really cool. I like it. The Legion of Doom is one of my favorite tag teams. That's
I knew that. I knew that. I
that's a really
remembered.
sweet, really sweet photo. And then Phineas, clothesline and the Bulldog is pretty cool.
Chuck wants to
And
know
then you
what
got
number of Becky.
Bam Bam, Moon in the crowd with Tatanka above.
Yep.
Number
Shane,
70.
did you know that picture you just showed of Tatanka is how our group got our name?
I did not know that.
So this is a true story. When I was first starting TRC, I was sitting at my desk and I was thinking, what the hell am I going to name this group? I needed to take off. I was doing the live sales on other pages. Dr. Nick probably remembers this. And I was thinking, I was like,
Yep.
what the hell am I
That's
going to
all I
name
got.
the new group? And I was looking at that picture out of the corner of my eye, and I was thinking, Tatanka, what's he doing? He's going to do a sunset flip. Should I call it Sunset Flip Collectibles? I mean, like I went through like a million names, right? And the more I looked at it, I was like, you know what? He's coming off the top rope. What would be better than Top Rope Collectibles? Because it sounds like top tier liquor, or elite class liquor, And that's
Yeah.
literally from that photo, true story, is how the group became.
Hell yeah.
All right, Ben.
What's Marin got?
Well, actually, yeah, come here, Mayor. Show him the book. Hurry. Marion, there's Mayor. She got the 5 Nights at
Nice.
Freddy's, all the official character encyclopedia. So inside the book, it's got every single character. As a matter of fact, she's over here drawing right now while we're doing the podcast. But yeah,
Nice.
that was her thing. Okay, you can go back draw. And then all I got's one thing. Well, that's her favorite. It's veiny. But the only thing I got, since we just talked about it, is the 1989 Survivor Series from the Rosemont, Illinois
Oh yeah.
souvenir program.
Are
So
you
when
getting
is
that
that going
signed?
up on Tuesday?
Yeah, are you getting
No,
that
no,
signed
no.
by? You getting that
That
signed by
one's staying here.
Demolition? You getting
Huh?
that signed by Demolition?
I wasn't thinking about it, but I mean,
Well, they were the main event, man. I would put Demo on that cover.
the thing is Demo's not on the cover. That's the only.
I know, but they were the main event though.
I know. It's just.
Most of the guys on that cover have passed away though, man. I would put
Just
Demo on that cover.
put it up on Tuesday night.
Well, see, because I'm looking at it right now, and hold on. I mean, it's not even showing them. Let me go.
Yeah,
Hold on.
they're right in the middle when it shows the Survivor Series
There it
preview.
is.
They're the
Yep.
first page.
Right there,
I
they
know
look.
my programs.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I didn't realize that. Yep, it is. They are the main.
Put it up on Tuesday night, Ben.
I might have to wait a week or two.
Yeah.
And then
Before Demo signs it.
I don't know. I have to think about that because that one's a tough one. Because I'm a program guy.
I mean,
That's all I got.
All right.
All right.
Oh,
Nice,
I didn't-
Ben.
Hold on. All right, Will.
That's a cool one, Ben. All right. So I know I gave y'all a sneak freak, but got the bad guy Razor Ramon from Manual. Manual said, "Hey man, I found this." I said, "Sweet, I need it. I've been looking." He was nice enough to pick it up for me, so thank you for that. He did a great job shipping it to me, and you know what time it is, so
rip
it's
it.
time for me to open this bad boy up and let him breathe. So, boy, that one just came apart. I didn't even hardly have to pull on that one. So the box literally stayed intact and just ripped apart. And then I've been holding on to these for a while. I've been meaning to open them up. I got the Shango. I got this cane all the way back on my birthday, but if you remember, it was a hurricane that day. I just had a 105-pound German Shepherd push his way through my bedroom door to see what I was doing. And I got that back on my birthday. And then I found that one along the way when I was traveling one day. So, I mean, I don't want to take too much time, but it's time for these to breathe.
We were together when you got that Piper. You've had that for
Were
a
we?
while. Yeah.
I don't doubt it. I know
Yep.
it's been here for a minute.
That was probably last year, about Christmas time.
It's been sitting on the shelf for a while. Kane. Y'all know y'all enjoy living vicariously through me ripping packages open.
Yeah,
I think it was me,
definitely
you,
do.
and Ben that was together when you got that Piper.
Probably
It was. Yep.
I think I remember asking you guys, do I have this one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because y'all know I don't remember nothing. But look at that. And that's a sweet figure.
It's beautiful.
Look at that. He's coming to get you, even though he's not the boogeyman. Man, that is sweet. All right, that's all I got, Kev.
All right, so we've jumped around a little bit, so y'all need to help me. We where we
You
gonna
got
go
mine,
next?
Kev.
Oh shit! Hold on, I'm gonna show it on my phone. Hopefully, it'll look good. I fucked up again, guys.
Damn it, Kev. One job.
I know.
Son of a bitch.
I got one job, but
Woo!
this ain't too
Shout
bad.
out to my buddy Tyler Dove for that beautiful tag title.
The
Oh,
classic.
damn.
That's classic right there.
That's sweet.
And I was debating on sending it to Ben to have Demolition sign it. I'm still debating. I'll decide
beautiful.
by Friday.
So,
That's
hell,
beautiful.
that's actually almost as good as doing fooling with that damn picture.
What are you talking about?
I showed it on my phone instead of having to go through all that present and then go to another slideshow and go to a
Well,
fake photo.
I will tell you though, Kev, doing the pictures of the show and tell on there looks so much better than us trying to hold them up with all the glare.
Yes, I'm gonna start
Might be
doing
something-
that. I'm gonna start taking pictures
might-
of mine.
Yeah, it might be something we want to transition to, but all right. Was there anything else for Calvin, or was that it?
Oh, that's it. One and done.
Awesome. All right, Mr.
I
Roger,
got none today. I got none today.
you got none.
Nope.
You still got a big old package in last week, and you didn't show it.
No, I showed it.
Okay, all right.
Well, I finally got my Kevin Nash stuff back. Ben and Kev got the sign for me. William got it sorted, but I finally got my Super Shredder back with Kevin Nash on the cover.
Oh, nice.
Hold on.
He kind of messed up. He kind of went over the little lip there. You can see, but it's all right.
But that's his mistake, and that's a 1 of 1.
I know. Next, I got the Bash the Beach done. Kevin Nash.
You know what though? That doesn't look bad. I know I've heard you say that 3 or 4 times about that Nash, but man, that thing looks crazy good.
It still looks good, but
it looks good
when you're up close to it. Yeah, whatever. And
yeah, but you throw that thing, you throw it in a protector, man. That thing's gonna pop. I'm
going to. Yeah. And then this last thing I got, I'm proud of because I beat Roger for this, so it will always be my Roger piece. Jim Cornette.
Just for the record, Roger got one too. Just for the record.
Correct, but for the record, Brian Howell outbid him first. So this is my Roger piece. Thanks, Roger.
Hey, and they gave significantly less than what I gave.
Fuck you, Brian.
I love you.
Significantly less.
They gave significantly less than what I gave.
That's all I have.
And Kev, I stand corrected. Will was correct, but I'll go last.
Yeah, I told you. I know you got a big package.
Yeah,
I had to track it.
What she said.
Yeah, you were
I don't
correct.
think anybody said that about Roger.
Checking out packages.
All right, Roger.
I can go last, Kev, if you want.
I'll go to you, and then I'll go to Phil.
Okay, so I got the turnbuckle pad of Farouk and Bradshaw.
APA, baby.
Will. And I got to fuck you to everybody because I got a Hulk Hogan turnbuckle pad.
Whoa, wait. You ain't got to fuck you to me.
Well, except you. You're the one that talked me into it.
You damn right I did.
I'm glad he did, because that's a hell of a grill.
This is gorgeous in person, people. I can't even tell you. This is beautiful in person.
I love
that.
it.
Now that Farouk and that Bradshaw is gorgeous as well.
Doesn't work for me, brother.
That Farouk, hey, that Farouk though, you can still add a lot of Attitude Era guys to that too, though.
Sure can. Yeah, that's my plan. So then I got. I apologize. I got a few. I got a Skinner.
Yeah, Steve Kern, baby.
V. James E. Cornette.
James E.
And the King and Lance Russell.
Woo!
Damn,
that's so good. That's a sweet one, man.
This is beautiful. This is another grail piece. Is gorgeous in person.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Roger. That picture you just showed came to my house to get started.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about messaging you and be like, hey man, I don't know how much you paid for this, but maybe we can talk because it is pretty sweet. But yeah, I left it alone. I sent it to you, but man, I thought about giving you an offer because I love it.
It was gorgeous. And then from Ben, I got a Fifi.
Nice.
4 Horsemen signed by Barry Windham and James J. Dillon, which I plan to get Tully and Arn to sign. And let me ask you guys something real quick. What do you think? What if I was to get like Rick to sign it somewhere on there as well, even though he's not in the picture?
I wouldn't do it.
No, I would do the other two.
Here's why I wouldn't do it. Because to get Rick, you're going to pay a minimum of $100, and by the time you put that money into that, and you put all that other money into those other autographs, you're never going to get that back out of it if you needed to. And as far as the picture, it's never going to be your centerpiece picture without Rick on it.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. Thank you. Good point. And then I got the Fabulous Ones.
Hell yeah.
Which I think that's a FU in a way to Manuel.
That green looks
the
good
other one.
too.
It does.
Yeah,
it pops. It really does. I got Eric Embry and Jeff Jarrett.
Yep, that's rare.
I'm glad I pulled the trigger on that one.
Because Eric doesn't do very many signings. Honestly, Ben had him over the summer, and he don't do very many signings.
Is that the USWA days?
No, we don't.
I believe so.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then Tonga Kid. I'm gonna go through these fast, guys. Superstar Billy Graham, and that's it. There's Fifi.
Hey, that Tonga kid, you got to remember, you have a future Tonga wrestling right now, currently too, man. That family is really
That family is
taking
stacked.
taking over the wrestling business.
Yeah, they're stacked.
King Phil.
So I got this.
Rich Swan.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
And if anybody's never looked at TRC on Tuesdays, I don't know why you haven't, but I got this for $4.50. I don't know where you could even get the gas money to even go to Rich Swan to get it signed for less than $4.50. So
Yeah,
TRC's got the deals.
You got a $3 Virgil last night.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
sure did.
And then I got this WCW magazine.
Freaks and Peaks.
Big Papa Pump.
Holla
We're
if you
seeing
hear
him. We're seeing him in 10 days.
Hey, that magazine right there, the last time I checked, that style was like $25-$30 a piece.
Oh,
They're
right.
expensive.
It's in
Those are
great
expensive.
condition. Great condition.
Yeah. Those are pricey.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's all I got though.
So much so much for one and done, huh?
Well, it's the holiday spirit, and I just figured,
Yeah.
I had to shout out the TRC deal with that $4.50. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What are you showing,
What
Roger?
you got? What do you got, Roger? What do you got?
Ben sent me this too. I forgot. It's the Cody Rhodes pop that he's got the bruised peckin.
Oh yeah. That is
Good
sweet.
story.
That you
What
can't
happened?
find anywhere.
What happened to Brian?
He got mad or hurt because I called him out, so he left.
His phone probably died again.
Yeah.
Did we get Shane? It feels like we skipped Shane.
Yeah, she
No,
showed
we
the
got
G.I. Joe
Yeah,
slaughter.
He showed the
Shane
GI
did.
Joe.
I know
Yeah.
Kev was bouncing around the screen, so I just want to make sure we didn't skip anybody.
Yeah, everybody
had the
was
G.I. Joe
moving
in
and
the picture.
around and going out and coming back in. So
Yeah, my phone.
Kev,
Hey,
Kev,
yo.
look at that.
that's awesome.
Hey, yo.
Hold on.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
I just happen to have a belt hanging out in the background here, and bam. That's how they should have released that bad boy.
It's clean.
Say hello.
All right, guys. Great show. Will, take us home, brother.
I was thinking a lot over the holiday weekend, and I was thinking a lot going into last night, and it's just so important to make sure that while we're looking at the holiday this year, a lot of us, I know I did very much in the past, get really involved with our work and get really involved with everything that's going on outside the home. I just wanted to share with you guys how important it is to spend time and to take that minute to talk to those that matter the most. I've read so much. You guys know I read a lot, and you go through your whole day, and sometimes we only give 5 or 10 minutes to the ones that we truly love. And I would just suggest between now and this week, spend an extra few minutes, put the phone down, turn the TV off, turn the phone on mute, whatever you got to do, close the iPad, turn the laptop off, and just talk to somebody. And, I can tell you where this is coming from. Today, I received more messages today after last night's event than I have in probably 3 months. I think some of you guys heard me say that earlier. And the conversations that I had today, they were just marvelous. I mean, they were really good talks. It was all about people. It was all about holidays. I got to hear what people have going on, what they're planning, and there's people that live 1,000 miles from me who I've never ever met, but I talk to on a consistent basis, and people are sharing the births of their children and sharing their new employment adventures and sharing what they're doing for the holidays. And I had one guy I was talking to this morning, and he said, "Man, I wish I knew you were so close. I would have came and visited, and we could have took a tour through the Dungeon of Doom." And it just made me laugh thinking about that. That even though he and I have never met in person, we've never sat down to dinner, we've never had a face-to-face conversation. The fact that he would feel comfortable coming to my house and going in my garage and hanging out, that to me it really means something, and it really made me think. And I put the phone down a little bit. I spent some time doing some homework, and even though I'm pretty decent with math because I used to run a big business with lots of money, um, today's math is nothing like the old math used to be. But whatever, regardless, I would encourage you spend that time with those that matter the most. And I am looking forward to this weekend. I am going to be spending some time with Calvamania and Kev. We're going to spend some time in Orlando running wild. And
Sir.
both of these guys are going to get to meet one of their heroes growing up for the very first time. And it's really exciting. And also, too, Kev taking his first flight this weekend. So that's a big accomplishment because I can tell you 2 years ago, traveling with Kev couldn't even look up in the sky and see an airplane because it would freak him out.
Right.
And he's getting ready to fly on one. And also, I found out Kev's never been on a boat before. So Kev and I will be taking a boat ride this weekend as well. It's really important,
Hell yeah.
guys. I'm telling you, it's really important. You don't have to listen to me, but just look around you. Look at what you have. We're doing really well for ourselves. We're having a great time. We got great friends. We're doing very, very well. And, it's the little tiny things that we're able to do that are true accomplishments. Everything is an accomplishment. When you walk out to your car in the morning, it's an accomplishment because there's a lot of people that don't have a car. When you have a door to walk out of in the morning, it's an accomplishment because a lot of people don't have a door. It's an accomplishment, and that's what we really need to be thankful for and really, really remember. It's hard to remember those things because we get so boggled down with day-to-day life. I'm really looking forward to this weekend, guys. I appreciate y'all, and we'll see you next week.
All right, guys. It's been great. Thanks a lot.
Bye, Mary.
All right.